Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. And I've got a real treat for you. I am joined by the wonderful team of the Lang Financial Group. I'm joined by Stacey, Cara, and Alana Kahan, who join us here on Get Down to Business. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
It's great to have you guys. So I'm going to start with Stacey over here. Stacey, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the world of financial services.
Sure. I have been in the world of financial services for almost 40 years, followed my dad into the business, who was my mentor. Love the idea of being an entrepreneur and running my own business and life. And so that's how Lang Financial in Chicago came into existence.
Absolutely, and it's not a coincidence that Cara and Alana joining us in the conversation have a similar name. Alana is the Vice President of Sales and Operations, and Cara is the CEO. So this is a family operation, and that is a real treat to discuss. So we are having this conversation in the middle of January 2021, a new year, new resolutions. What are the things that our small business owners, that our entrepreneurs should be thinking about moving into the new year?
Alana's been our ultimate planner. So when we think about the new year, we always talk about really what are our goals and how can we realistically get there. And I think that's what everyone needs to do. You need to do a little reflection on the past year, 2020. We don't need to talk about it. We all know what happened there. But it's how can we continue to improve and grow, even if the world's tough and getting tougher.
Absolutely. And in embracing technology, which is actually a conversation we just had, what are your clients asking for, or frankly, what should clients be looking for in your services that you want to share sort of as the homework assignment for all of the entrepreneurs and business owners tuning in?
Yeah, I mean, our business on both sides, we have the employee benefits side, which is so heavily service focused. And then we have the individual planning side, which is just connectivity to a single person rather than a whole company. I think the key is, are you communicating correctly and enough to the people that matter? So I just even think about it. I got married this past weekend and it was a whole virtual wedding, like very 2020. And one thing that we talked about was like, oh, like the production team, did they communicate enough? This person, do they communicate enough? And we all then looked at each other and reflected back and said, are we communicating enough and correctly? When people are so unsure, are the employees being touched? Are the owners being touched? And then are like the individual people we're talking to on the planning side, do they feel comforted and touched, and do they understand the process enough? Because we're not shaking their hand and looking in their eye the same way.
Mm-hmm. And Alana, I want to go to you in talking about customer stories, experiences. I always love to hear success stories. Can you share in your work with clients where in recent months you have been able to really solve a problem and develop a solution?
Yeah, I think what has been such a really nice shift for the insurance industry as a whole is when dealing with insurance carriers, it's very archaic. And we have really been behind the times because they were making a lot of money. They didn't have to change. It was working the way it was. Now, when the world has moved to remote, it has really, really benefited us and our clients. We can get them big amounts of insurance a lot faster. All different insurance carriers are moving to accelerated underwriting programs, not necessarily requiring medical exams. And if you are healthy, you have a really easy, quick way to get insured. And so we've had a handful of clients that have gotten $5 million of coverage within 3 hours. And so now they were so concerned, especially in the state of the world that they didn't have enough insurance for their family. And God forbid, if something happened to that breadwinner, what are they going to do? And so we've had a lot of clients come to us with that similar story that they didn't plan correctly. They need to make sure their family and their businesses are protected, and can we help them? And now with all these tools kind of moving in a more modern way, we're able to really help our clients fast. And that's really valuable.
It certainly is. And I've been thinking and preparing for this conversation that Ling Financial Group, you got started in 1994. So Stacey, I want to go to you on this one, that a lot has changed as we've already mentioned the world of COVID, and we've talked about 2020. We've certainly gotten into 2021. You are fond of saying, and I've seen throughout your website, which of course we'll send our listeners to, that insurance has changed since you began in 1994, but 3 core principles have not. So Stacey, what has not changed? What are some of the fundamentals that you want to highlight?
I think what has not changed is people are people, and they need help and assistance in effectuating planning. No one wants to do it. They don't want to think about their own mortality, but it's so important to make sure that your family's taken care of. That has not changed at all. It's the way that we now get to people. And I think over this last year, understanding we can't touch people, we've been able to move our model and help people in exactly the same way. So that has not changed. I think the other thing that has not changed is people need to be touched and comforted. And it's something that we've always done for the almost 40 years that I've been in the insurance business. And it's just a matter of touching people on somewhat of a regular basis just to check in. And from there, you figure out the rest.
Absolutely. And I'm chatting once again with Stacey, Cara, and Alana Kahan from the Ling Financial Group. And Cara, I'll go to you on this one. Employee benefits. This is something interesting that, again, we're living in an evolving world. But what are some of the things that people should be thinking about as we sort of develop the new normal and some of the changes in the business world and attracting talent? What are some of the things that our listeners should be thinking about and asking of whomever they might be talking to? And certainly having a conversation with Ling Financial Group would be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think the millennial generation, my generation, there are certain things that are expected. They expect the medical insurance, the dental insurance, the vision insurance. But I think it's important as the decision maker and as the leader of a company that you really are offering people the right plans for who they are and what they are. And that's more than just talking what your deductible is. It's talking why are employees paying a certain amount and what do we need to bring them so they understand and actually know how to use the benefits. It's easy to throw any plan together. The hard part is making sure the employees know how to use it and why they have it. Otherwise, we're all just kind of blowing smoke and we're not getting to the real meat of it, which is making sure your people are taken care of. That's the key to the retention. It is educating, and then educating a little more.
And making sure it's utilized.
I love it. So Alana, what are your New Year's resolutions for helping customers in 2021?
I think for us, helping our customers in 2021 is just looking back at our book, making sure that all of our clients throughout these past 30 years are taken care of and touched and nurtured, and understand that, if we haven't talked in 5 years, there are changes and there's things for us to review to make sure your business and your family are taken care of.
Fantastic. And I've really enjoyed the conversation, learned a lot about, again, fundamental principles that have not changed. We only have a couple of seconds remaining. Stacey Kahan, the owner and president of Ling Financial Group, where can people get in touch to have that conversation and learn more about all of the services and all of the work that you are doing?
Well, I would say the first place to touch us would be the langfinancial.com website, LANG Financial. We are also bringing up another company, which will be live in just a few weeks, Total Solutions Collective, which is solving people's problems. These are all of our pieces put into one. And certainly you can give us a call at 847-675-5578.
And make sure to check us out on LinkedIn, our individual pages, as well as the company's page.
And that is a wrap on our conversation with Stacey, Cara, and Alana. Kahan, thank you so much for joining us on the air. I encourage everybody to check out Link Financial Group. Don't touch that dial, Chicago. We'll be back on the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Check out my website, shalomklein.com, for the past 7+ years of shows. We're going to squeeze in headlines. Quick break. We'll be back on Get Down to Business in just a moment.